Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew, and I'm an alcoholic. And today, by the grace of God, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. Real quick, last Tuesday night, man, it was an awesome crosstalk meeting. It was our biggest turnout we've had on Tuesday night. But even beyond that, the topics, and Eric didn't tell me, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but we went through a lot of different topics that night, and so again, the camaraderie, just the free flowing of the dialogue and the conversation. You just can't put it into words. I wish I could set up a camera in those things and just let you see for yourself. But if you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, come down and check it out. You may not like it. That's all. In all fairness, you may not like it. But I have a sneaking suspicion you probably will. So, and to that point, one of the things that I noticed at Crosstalk Tuesday night was, I saw people coming in going, we don't know if this is the right place. And they're apprehensive, kind of standoffish, and then by the end of the night they're walking out, laughing, cutting up, having so much fun. And we saw that last night too, matter of fact. The last several weeks we've been going into some treatment facilities and just sharing with folks, not trying to convince them of a pathway. You got to do AA or you got to do NA, nothing like that at all. Just sitting down talking, just like I'm talking to you guys, and joking, cutting up. And I know last night repeatedly it was brought up by them, by the folks we were sharing with, that they need this. They see just how happy we are, and that we've recovered from seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, and that's what I wanted to talk to today. I've said that 1,000 times, more than 1,000 times, that I was at a point of hopelessness. I didn't know what hope was. I forgot what it even was. And so how can I better articulate that period of my life? How can I better explain that? Well, the only way I know how to explain it, you may be able to relate. I reached a point in my life where I knew I had a problem. I would at least kind of admit that to myself, but nobody else, right? This is beginning to, my drinking, your drug addiction, but whatever, it's beginning to become problematic. It's starting to affect things in my life, maybe your job or maybe personal relationships or whatever. It's becoming problematic, and I probably need to do something about it. I probably need to stop it, or at least learn to manage it, or whatever you want to say. And I remember during that process thinking, well, shit, I can't even manage my drinking because, well, I can't stop at all. I can't stay stopped. And at that point, I had kind of in my own head said, okay, I need to stop, but I didn't know how. And I had tried everything already. I had tried changing my locations, changing the people I hung out with, changing my brands, changing times, applying all these rules. I had physically tried everything possible to stop drinking. And I remember, coming to the realization that everything I have tried, I failed. So now I am hopeless. I'm not going to be able to stop my drinking. I already knew and saw the problems that my drinking up to that point had created in my life. I could clearly see the problems that my drinking had created in my life up to that point. And that was that point of hopelessness, because I knew the problems it had created already. And I could only imagine the problems it was going to continue creating, because I could not stop. I could not stop. And it was like I had no other choice but to resign my fate to this bottle of alcohol that I want to stop. I know I need to stop, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how I could. I'd already tried everything. So talk about that sense of hopelessness. Again, it's like I saw the cliff notes, if you will. I saw the spoiler alert. My life was already this bad, and I'm still on that trajectory. Trajectory. I can't stop drinking, so that means I'm still on that course. And I can clearly see what's coming ahead. If I thought my life was a shitstorm already at that point, I clearly saw the hurricane forces of shit that I was barreling down towards, because I could not stop. I couldn't stop. We sat in that room last night, and again, I said this before, treatment centers are probably not the happiest place on earth for people, but yet we sat in the room last night and people were laughing. They were, one girl, she was actually crying. She was laughing so hard. And Eric and I were talking about this, being able to see people come in at their worst broken moment, being able to meet people and talk with them at what may very well be their worst possible moment in their life. And then watching them progress from that point to the next week and the next day and the day after that, and watching them progress and realize that they don't have to barrel down towards that shitstorm of a hurricane that they thought they were. I came back into the rooms and I started following a simple, very simple 12-step program of action known as Alcoholics Anonymous. I did. That's all I did. I said, might as well go ahead and give this thing a shot. What do I have to lose? I've already tried everything. Might as well go ahead and give it a shot. I just started following this very simple program of action of Alcoholics Anonymous. And lo and behold, for the first time in a long time, I saw a little bit of hope. I saw a slight sliver of hope in my life. I forgot what hope was. And those people we were with last night even, they were laughing. They were doing things. They were enjoying themselves like they hadn't been able to enjoy themselves. All because we just took the time to sit and listen, sit and talk, sit and joke and share with them our experiences. We talked about character defects last night. We talked about so many things last night. Talked about religion. That was brought up too. Christianity, religion versus spirituality. We talked about a plethora of things. And the whole time everybody's engaged. Everybody's listening, everybody's paying attention. And it's, for us personally, it's so rewarding watching that light come on in somebody's eyes, watching that person going from, this is the worst period of their life to, hey, shit's starting to turn around. You may be at that point of hopelessness where you think, okay, maybe you're right, Drew. Maybe I do need to stop my drug use. Maybe I do need to stop my drinking. But you just don't know how. You just don't know how. And now you feel like you're destined to die a drug addict. You feel like you're destined to die an alcoholic. Myself and my friends, we're all here to attest to the fact that that is not true. You're not destined to die that way. You're not destined to ruin the rest of your life. You can turn shit around. And I'm here to encourage you. And I know the people, my friends, they would tell you exactly the same thing if they were sitting right here. You can turn this shit around. You just have to be willing. Ask yourself, how willing are you? How willing are you to change hopelessness into hopeful? It all comes down to you. You have to make a decision. If you need help arriving at that decision, if you need help finding what works for you, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. You can feel free to reach out to us on Facebook. You can communicate with us directly. And there's a whole slew of us, by the way, but in the back end of Facebook, there's a whole bunch of us. We'll do our best to kind of point and guide you in the right direction. So with that being said, I want to assure you guys once again, hopelessness can turn into hopefulness, right? There is hope. You can recover from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. You just got to be willing. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Hope you guys have an absolutely kick-ass day. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there is a topic you'd like to have discussed, you can drop it in our Recovery Classroom private group on Facebook. If you're a member of that, you can just drop it in there and one of us will get it, take a look at it, see what we can do. If you want to email me directly a topic, you can email it directly to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it and see what we can do. So, again, thank you guys for letting me come in. I hope you guys have an absolute kick-ass Thursday. Only one more day to the weekend, right? So, we'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.